Of the 76 games I've played through my playthrough so far, I've never had a situation where I've got absolutely no idea what the next game is. But today's game is an exception, because I've never seen it, I've never heard of it, and the only reason I own it is because it's on my Capcom Classics collection for the Xbox. So I had genuinely no idea what to expect from Pirate Ship Higemaru? I can't say it. I don't even know what genre this game belongs to. I can guess from the name that it's probably of Japanese origin, which did make me wonder for a brief moment whether it would be an RPG. But then I remembered, it's on this, a disc of arcade games. You don't get many arcade RPGs, as RPGs are generally long-winded games that will take hours, if not days, of your time, whereas arcade games were designed to be shorter games, tempting you to just keep pumping your coins into the machine. So I don't think it's an RPG. Maybe a shoot 'em up, something like Gradius but with pirates? That could work. Or maybe it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up, like Final Fight, but with pirates. Or maybe it's a platform you know, arr, because pirates. Pirates say arr. So I'm genuinely intrigued as to what this game is. So I'm just going to go off now, give it a play, and I'll let you know. Well, that was unexpected. After all those guesses, Pirate Ship Higemaru turned out to be a maze game. Yes, that's right, a maze game. The logical way to translate the high-octane adventures of piracy on the Seven Seas into the video game world. Who needs cutlasses and swinging from the rigging when you can slowly pick up barrels and launch them at enemies that look like this? What is this? I really don't know what they are. Seriously, what is this? What are they? What? Please write your answers to me on a postcard, then scan and email the postcard to does anyone have any idea what these monsters are at whocares.com. Anyway, back to the game. Pirate Ship Haggling is a maze game in the vein of one of the most famous games of all time, Bomberman. Now Bomberman was originally released in 1983, while Pirate Ship is Hanging On was released in 1984. I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but this was the 80s, the decade in which video game companies were often heavily influenced by competitors' games. Thankfully, we're long past that now, and that sort of thing would never happen today. So, in Pirate Ship, you play as a pirate who is called Steve. I don't think he's actually called Steve, but the game doesn't tell me any different, so I'm going with Steve for now. Anyway, as Steve, you have to pick up barrels and throw them at monsters until something. Then, when you've achieved something, you move up to the next level, but I don't know what the something is. This isn't like Bomberman, where you just have to kill all the enemies on the level, find the exit, and go to the next level. As sometimes, as you can see, I finished levels with enemies still alive. It's not surviving for a certain time, because as far as I can see, there's no timer on the screen. It's possible it's score related, but the game doesn't tell me that, and I keep getting to level 2 with an entirely different score. But once you've achieved this mythical goal of whatever it is, then you get to move up to the next deck of the ship. And that's pretty much it. You get a few variations in barrel types, you get various things that you can pick up for points, but I can't tell what they are. And there's an anchor that makes you invincible, because obviously it does. The music, well, it's not the Beatles, but it's not Nickelback either. And let's be honest, you don't play 80s arcade games for the music, now do you? The controls are almost right, but just the wrong side of precise. Meaning that quite often you can end up walking past the thing that you wanted, not turning round in time, not launching your barrel in time. It's not a game breaker, but it really does affect how much enjoyment you get out of it. But for me, the biggest issue with the game, the reason I'm not likely to go back to it anytime soon, is an issue that plagued a lot of mid-tier 80s arcade games. It doesn't feel like much progression within the game. One level feels much like the next, and that, combined with the fact there's an ill-defined goal for the levels that I still don't understand after playing this game for a good 30 minutes or so, just made me bored. If I wanted to play a Bomberman type game, well, I own at least 2 copies of Bomberman. All in all, I played this for about 30 minutes, and while there was nothing particularly wrong with it, it's not a game I'm likely to go back to in the future. So long, pirate ship Halloumi. May you sail off to the desert island of retired arcade games and relax in your old age.